It's been a few days that I've checked in with y'all last. It's been pretty busy this week, y'all. And I did tell you guys I was gonna come on here a bunch this past week with AJ, but we really were. I only really was able to, and I really ended up only doing one live stream with him. But that was just way more because we were both way caught up in the week, and so yeah, I got really chaotic, and also yeah, but that was like basically um like Friday. That was basically like Friday night that we streamed, and then next day he went home the next day. But anyway, enough of that. Hopefully everybody's day was good though on this Sunday today. My day was not the best, y'all. Honestly, I have been sick all day, trying to get over the sickness of whatever I'm getting. Honestly though, it might just be. It's really honestly just. I feel like it's weather related because it's been getting super cold over here recently, and so a lot of you guys know how that goes. Whenever it gets really cold, and then like you have a certain cool temperature happen, and then also it'll drop a lot. Like it'll drop to the point where it's like a lot more colder than it has been. So the thing is about that, your body just tends to react funny whenever weather changes like that happens. So I think that's what's going on. Um, which I think is just more weather based. But yeah, this morning originally the plans were to go to church and just come home and chill out for the day, but that had to be changed because I woke up from my alarm to me sounding like this, like y'all hear me right now talking, and then also with my throat, like my throat was hurting like crazy as well, and I was also losing my voice too. That's why I sound funny right now too. So don't be judgmental with me, okay? Just bear with me. That's just what you have to do sometimes when you're sick like that, off the bat. So yeah, so I stayed back home from church today. So when I woke up, I let one of my parents know, saying, "Hey, I'm skipping church today," so that way I can go and text my neighbor. Um, but yeah, basically after that, I came back in here, texted my neighbor, say, "Hey, I can't." I told her, "Hey, I this morning woke up to I woke up not feeling good. So I will not be able to make it to service now." And so that way she knew. And then also I had to let one of the, I had to let somebody else know too, because today was a likely chance I was working with the kids today, but I contacted one of the directors. I'm like, hey, I cannot make it today because I woke up not feeling good this morning. So can you get someone to cover for me? And so thankfully they did because they're efficient like that. So yeah, yeah, that's the best part about having a really good church that has really good people that whenever they hear one of their um one of their children's ministry one of their ministry the people that work with them find out they're sick or something, or like a medical emergency happened or a family emergency happened, stuff like that happened. They do pretty good though about when they hear stuff like that, like if you're sick or if you have a doctor's appointment, or you know, something just randomly happened. um, they would understand pretty good. So that's the best part about my people, at least, because they understand pretty well when one of us there gets out of work sick or anything like that happens, and they're like, okay, cool, we will um, find someone to cover you. You know, that way you're not really outnumbered and all that, because in some of the rooms, like for example, the nursery, the pre-K, all children's church, there's at least a couple people in the same room as you. So that way, if one of you has to step out to, who knows, go to the restroom, or, um, you know, or go grab something real quick, little things like that, then the And then the other couple people that are in there, they can help watch. So that way, let's say if, someone's being a typical kid, like if they're just being kids, or if they're getting into something they're not supposed to, then they can control it without. That way, they don't have to worry about me or anyone else stressing over it, you know. So yeah, but yeah, so um, yeah. Anywho, that's what's going on there though. So um, yeah. But we're just all hanging out there. You guys feel free to like and subscribe. I see someone did, but they've not said anything in the chat. So either they're busy or they'll come back in a minute. But anyway, I'll give it a minute to see. Because, maybe they saw it for a second, but then they went to do something, which is totally fine. Oh, God. Yeah, see, mind that. And even y'all, even I've been kind of coughing too every now and then, but not like constant. It's almost like it's like every like little peak or two is when that will happen. So yeah, so warning, if there's a couple points in the stream I start coughing automatically like that, don't be alarmed. That's just what your body does when you're sick like that. But I'll grab a drink real quick though. But that's just one of the things y'all do when you're sick though, okay? And y'all, I told everybody this before, that I am real with all of you. Like I'm real to all of my subscribers on here. So I actually do show like bits, not all, but like at least a little bit behind the scenes, like actually what happens with me, because a lot of the times us content creators only show our happy and good side and not really and not really what actually goes behind the scenes. So I'm one of the first ones that do post a little bit about kind of reality a little bit with me. Like I tell you guys a lot, I don't always go live when I'm sick though, but I sometimes do like just a little bit. But yeah, so that's basically what's just happened there. Let's see. Hey Mel, how are you doing? It's been a minute. Y'all, let's go. We got second like in the chat. Like I said, me sounding like a total chaotic mess here. I've just been sick all day today. So, yeah, so me sounding like I'm dying, but I'm not. It's just that time of year. Mel, actually, he went home, yesterday. But he was here from last Saturday through yesterday. And I actually did a live stream, Friday, but he and I both were caught up. Like, we both were really, like, just busy a lot, really just hanging out, and we did a couple things in between. So it got kind of crazy with me doing more streams with him this last week. So yeah, and really I did it for really not that long of a time though. But next time that he's out here, I'll try to squeeze it as much as I can, because like I said, life happens. Life does happen, y'all. And we try, like I said, we try to show up, but then things get too caught up, and it's to the point where it's like, oh gosh, But at the same time, it did feel pretty good though, for him and I to get caught up with each other and just hang out and all that. Yeah, we got to spend a lot of time together. And y'all, I honestly was not thinking today I was gonna wake up not feeling good out of the blue. Like, y'all, I woke up at like 6:05 because I wake up for church around then, because I leave at like 8:15 to get there by like 8:30, because Bible study for my church starts at 9. And the thing is, I'm one of those people who I take about a while to get ready. Like, y'all, I usually get ready like 2 hours before I leave, just so that way I can be like ready to go. Cause that's y'all. That's how girl math. Excuse me, speak. But that's basically how girl math works, y'all. Too, is we tend to get ready 2 hours before the event happens or the thing we're going to starts. Because that's what our brains do. But also, we have a lot in our routine that we do. Like, we gotta get changed, we gotta get our makeup on, we gotta get our hair up. You figure out what we're doing with it, and that takes time. So, of course, that's one thing with me I had to do um, this last week. But, yeah, so when I woke up this morning by my alarm, I did not think I was gonna wake up feeling sick as heck. Like, for example, me losing my voice quite a lot today. My throat killing me out of the blue as well, and just feel like a wreck. But y'all, that's what we do. But even all I did today though after that was after I told my parents, hey, this is what's happening, I'm gonna go back to bed. So I did. After I let my neighbor know, hey, I'm not gonna be able to make it to church this morning because I'm really not feeling good now. I just woke up with all this happening, and so that way she knew not to swing by after, even though I told her the day before when that was not happening. Things can escalate like that really quick without even knowing it. For reference, um, um, and also, y'all, I even was able to get my bangs trimmed. Like I think Monday, this past Monday. Thank goodness, because these bangs were about to touch, like they were at my brow point, like they were touching right where they normally would go, is at the brow to almost my lid, which makes me nuts. So we thankfully were able to get those taken care of. He was here when I did that, by the way, y'all. Kind of crazy, but yeah, it was wild. Holler, what up? It's been a minute too. How are y'all both doing? I know Mel just said how he was doing, I think. But just bear with me, y'all. Let me pin this real quick so that way everyone else can see what we're up to. But Holler, how are you doing? How are you hanging in there? Hopefully you're doing well since you last came in. But I'm trying to hang in myself because, I did not think I was gonna wake up sick today. But it's fine. On a sick day, all we can do is rest, chill, and relax. Like I literally lay down quite a bit today. But also, I did talk to my boyfriend too around 5:30 on the phone, which went well. And I told him what was happening because, I was not thinking I was gonna wake up to myself sounding like I was gonna die when I'm not. But I'm doing all right. I'm trying to get better right now because this morning when I woke up for church originally, it was around 6:05 my time. I woke up like normal, but basically, let's just say when I woke up this morning by my alarm, I woke up to me sounding like crap. Like I am, like I was literally losing my voice today like crazy. My throat was killing me, and I'm occasionally coughing, but not like frequently coughing. Just kind of like little peaks in between. But so I'm like, you know what? I am gonna go back to bed after I text my neighbor to say, hey, I can't go to church. I'm honestly, I told her what was going on too. That hey, I woke up not feeling so good, so I'm not gonna be able to make it to the service today. And then I had to text one of the kids ministry adults that work for the church because I'm a part of the kids ministry there. And I've told some of you about this, I think, but I've been in part of children's ministry for like I think 9 years at this point, 8-9 years, almost 10. I think it's 8 or 9 years at this point. I think it's 8 years that I've been a part of the kids ministry. But anyway, yeah, so, um, yeah, basically that's what's been happening there. And so to let one of them know that, hey, can you get someone scheduled for me because I can't make it to, because I was most likely scheduled it because I told him basically do not put me anywhere but the 23rd because my boyfriend was out here and we actually went to church together for his second time, which was awesome. And actually, guys, I will show you guys pics too because I actually did post them all in my short, but I will show you guys them here too for those of you as well in a little bit. But oh golly, last time, but yeah, pretty crazy. So, yeah, maybe just English really quick toward me. But yeah, and I mean, for all you guys who kind of want the updates with us too, it's been good. To kind of really also say it too throughout the week, what we did. So Saturday we picked him up. We came back here relaxed, kind of like we do. Fed my neighbor's cows all throughout. Well, except for Monday. Yeah, no, Sunday. Excuse me, except for Sunday because we went to the event on that day too. Yeah, so we picked him up Saturday, came home relaxed, cuddled quite a bit. Then Sunday we went to church together for his second time, and for me this was like my 6 month, which right now I'm at like the 6 month mark, which is insane. It does not feel like 6 months. It feels like 8 or 9 at this point because I've went since like May 18th of this year. So yeah, so we went to church together, which went really well. And then after that, we came home. I didn't go to Bible study because of that. But what I did was we came home, we ate lunch. Then I think we did eat lunch. I think, and then came in here relaxed, and then I got caught up on Bible study stuff that just kind of read through last week's Bible study lesson that they talked about, and I'm probably gonna read this week's too, probably tomorrow, honestly, because I felt way too not the best to even get to that point, which is fine. And then also might get caught up in the sermon too tomorrow, but yeah, and so read through that, and then we got to relax for a little bit until about 2. Basically, because at my church that day they had their Thanksgiving celebration that day, which was really cool. So he actually got to go to his first ever church event there, which was awesome. So this was a really cool experience for him to see. While I went to a few others myself there before. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, yeah. But yeah, it was pretty cool though. And then after that, yeah, I will tell you this. I took a turn. I definitely took a chaotic turn toward the end of that event because at some point, I think it was in the middle of prayer or something like that. Toward like a little bit before the end, like a few minutes before we all got out, I began to notice that my head was really starting to hurt and I was starting to get really dizzy, which is an epileptic part of me kind of situation. That happens quite a bit. So I was getting both side effects there, which, ooh, y'all, I was miserable. Like, I honestly felt crazy. Like, I did not think I was going to take a turn like that. Literally. So when that happened, when that part just hit me, went, like, right there. And I just felt, ooh, I crashed out. Kind of deal. So I was literally halfway trying to not, like, I was literally doing this like I was doing that because it hurt so bad. And even I just felt drained at that point because of how bad it was. So my neighbor, let's see, no, it was my boyfriend who spotted it first after I think a minute, and then my neighbor noticed it after I was telling her what was going on, because I told her this before about me. Um, and so I was having one of my episodes in front of her. And so, um, yeah, yeah, it was wild. So, um, yeah. Anywho, that's just what happens with epilepsy sometimes in certain people. But really, though, y'all, it's medication based, so it's not like nothing alarming. Unless if it gets way too crazy, then I will look into thinking about either asking to either up it my meds or do something to where I'm not gonna have a relapse where my seizures come back. You know. And honestly, y'all, I feel like if I had to do that though with my meds though, honestly, y'all, the one thing I would fear about, not like fear about, but like not really know how it would work for me is if I were to I feel like if I were to make a change like that, I feel like either I honestly would feel like my seizure activity could relapse, you know, because if you think about it, when anyone has to deal with the side effect of a medication for any medical condition, not just epilepsy, the one thing we think about is our main cause of the medication going to relapse? Are we going to have a relapse of it if we either up it or or drop it a little bit? Like for example, if you're putting a dosage that's higher or lower, that's the one thing you worry about and you think about is this going to happen again after several years of it being good? That's the one thing you think about with medication changes like that. And so you know, it's one of those things. But I mean, y'all, my meds I take every day of the year have helped my seizures to be less crazy, but also they have gotten to the point where it's almost canceled them out completely to where I rarely have any that much, which is awesome, y'all. Like that's a good thing to do for sure because I'm not about to have a life where it's gonna do that to me too much, and it makes me go insane about every little thing than what it looks like when I was a kid. Because y'all, when I was way younger and I was still growing and developing, that's when, of course, they were actively insane. But that's just a thing, though, when you are younger with a medical condition like that, your brain and your body just react a lot more than just dealing with it than like a teen to an adult, kind of situation. But anyway, what else do I know off the bat? Um, yeah, and so it's been crazy today, y'all. Oh wait, fast forward. Monday we relaxed at home. Tuesday we relaxed at home as well. Again we were getting caught up a whole bunch throughout the week. Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday that my dad got to show AJ how to drive our golf cart a little bit. So he got to teach him a little bit of how to drive because he's not learned how to drive yet, y'all. And he's only 19 right now, for reference. Like, he's about my own age right now. And I'm 20. What's funny is I'm not licensed yet. He's not licensed yet, but we both have IDs. But for me, I've been like that ever since I was like 15, though. 15, 14. At the latest. It might have been 15. I get mixed up with that. If I was either 14 when I started practicing, or I was 15. I could have been 15, but like I said, it's been a few years, okay? So don't, my brain does not want to go too cray-cray. But, anywho, that's just all I know off the bat. Alright. Hey there, welcome back. How are you doing? It's been a minute. But, yeah, like I said, it's been a long time that I remembered all this. Like, hey, I'm 20. So it could have been 4.5 to 5 years ago that I started and all that. But, like I said, it's that long. So that's just what happens when you age like that. You're younger and doing it. You get way too caught up. Excuse me. But anywho, um, yeah. And then also Thanksgiving Day, which was Thursday, all we did was he and I relaxed for a bit. We watched football, go Cowboys, which we won by the way, y'all, which was insane. Like it was epic, y'all. Like I was not thinking that, because for reference, y'all, we played the Chiefs by the way, and they were like 6 something in stats, while we were like 5-1 something. Because first off, we tied like a few weeks back, so that's why we have like a 3 number stats, because we tied like a few weeks back. But yeah, it was, yeah, y'all. Yeah, the thing is, it's something about me too, y'all. Whenever football days happen, I'm always looking up the other team's stats, just to kind of get a sense of, okay, who's likely possibly gonna do this? Are we likely gonna beat this team, or are we gonna lose to them? So a lot of the times I'm looking like, okay, this gives me a sense of going, okay, we're gonna end up probably losing maybe to this team, or oh, we could potentially win this. Like the next team we're playing on this Thursday are the Lions, and the Lions are 7 something. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how that goes. Um, but yeah, I mean they're a good team, even though people hate them for these stupidest things, which y'all, just because it's a team doesn't mean you go hating on them, but I love them anyway. Y'all, I'm a Texan. Just, like, I'm in Texas for a living. So, and plus, it says Dallas, I mean, aka Dallas, Texas. So you gotta respect that. But they're pretty cool though, overall. Though, anyway. Um, yeah. And so we watched football, which they won. We ate a little bit in between. I think it was more like halftime, I think. Almost. Or even before. Which was awesome. And so he got to celebrate with me for a second year. For those of you who are wondering how long we've celebrated for, this was his second Thanksgiving with us, which I was pumped about. What else did I know? And then Friday, we relaxed. This, just so you guys know, Friday was like the last full day he was here. So that day, we just relaxed, chilled, just kind of just chatted, just kind of hung out. Golly. And then we also went and dug up for Caddo Indian pottery that's in our that's in this one pasture that's next to us that we live by, which was pretty cool. I think for me, I think I found one, potentially 3. I ended up 2 of them. I don't know. Out of 2 out of the 3, I don't even know if they were or if it was just rocks I found, because it was kind of tricky to find them and all that. But oh, sorry, my foot's falling asleep. But yeah. So, yeah. Oh, sorry, y'all. It is freezing in here, but I got my jacket on now. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. And then, yeah. So after that, we went inside. We cuddled some more, relaxed, and then we ate dinner. And then after that, basically right after that, y'all, we came back in here. I did come back in here and actually went live with you guys, for those of you who did join me a little bit for a little bit of Friday's live, but we didn't have that many people on here, honestly, Friday. But that's why we went back today, though. Even though I did on a sick day, but y'all, I don't care. I mean, I told you guys before, I don't always go live when I'm sick, but occasionally I will. But, yeah, so that's just what's really have happened there. Oh, good. Let's adjust my camera real quick, y'all. So, give me just a minute. Hang on. Okay, good. Anyway, yeah, it was crazy. But anyway, yeah. And so that's just what's happening there. And also, y'all, it was like a couple days before he arrived was when I also retouched up my hair color. So some of you know I dyed my hair this color around like July 1st of this year. So right before AJ came out for the 4th of July. And so the funny part was we bought 4 boxes at this exact color on Amazon. Because y'all, the thing is, if for those of you who have thick hair, for my girls on here who have thick hair like me, you never know how many boxes you're gonna have to use of hair dye. Or you're going to use 4 or 5 or maybe 6. Not 6, but anywhere from like maybe 3, 4, or 5 boxes. It just very depends how thick, like how thick your hair is. Like if your hair is like super like extremely thick, then you might use more than 3. But if yours is like mine's thick, but not like super super thick. Like it's like a good medium thick, like a good thick. It should be not to where it's not too big related. Then you can probably use like 4. But like I said, but let's say if your hair's long enough that that you might only need to use 2 out of the 4. Like that's what I had to do. Like my hair was long enough, y'all. For me, my hair was long enough to where I was able to use 2 out of the 4. So I had the last 2 saved for whenever I wanted to retouch it up again, if I like to. And so that's when I went and retouched it up a little bit before he got here. So now we would look nice and put together. Anyway. Ooh, sorry, I'm coughing like crazy. But yeah, anyway. Ow, golly. And also, for those of you who are coming in, make sure you guys are looking at the pinned comment below with role info. It's just friendly reminders. I tell everyone on here how to act on here, because So, for example, down here, be respectful to me, y'all, because I do a lot for the channel, and I mean, a lot of us content creators do a bunch just to get things out there. But y'all, even my skin's looking really good too. But I think that's more of the fact that I actually use my Noxzema skincare stuff, which I actually use because I actually now have a moisturizer in that brand now. And I actually just, for some reason, y'all, I actually decided to use that. Just because, y'all, I feel like a mess. And I'm like, at least, y'all, if I treat myself make myself look a little bit less crazy, then we will. That's one thing when you're sick, too, is you don't want to do a whole lot. Because, when you're sick, you're sick. But I'm like, you know what? We're going to do a little bit. At least something to where you look a little bit better and not look like a total wreck that you just crashed out. So, I'm sick, but luckily my face doesn't make me look that crazy. So, should be thankful for that. Anyway. I'm gonna take this ring off because I've had it on all day. So. Oh, goodness. Actually, to kind of give you guys like a fit check, by the way. Oh, golly, my thing's crazy. Hang on. But you guys, to kind of give you guys a fit check though, a 6-day fit check, I'm wearing this light gray jacket that I got from Tractor Supply, I think last year, or early this year. Then I'm just wearing this pajama dress that has all kinds of cool things like RVs, Christmas trees, and dogs all over it, which is really cool. And then, oh god, below that, I'm gonna stick it out just a bit. Alright, some of you can see it, but I am wearing these I'm gonna stick them up actually. But right here, though, basically, I'm wearing these really cute pajama pants. They're really like, but also you can really just wear them around the house if you want to. But they're really cute pajama pants that also have that same similarity, but the only difference was it has Christmas trees, um, hello car, had a couple of cars on them, and also, um, hang on, and then also a couple of dogs on it too, just like this does. So we kind of have a little theme going on with this one. So, yeah, so that's pajama fit check, night fit check of the night. But yeah, y'all, I'm just so cold though, because it's freezing in here. And for reference, y'all, it's only 42 degrees outside. Like, y'all, here's what's crazy, honestly. It's what's insane to me though, y'all, is the fact over here, like, we've went from the 50s, 60s normal range that fall looks like. That's turning into winter in the middle of fall. Like, we're not even in December yet, y'all. Like, we're not even at that winter timeline yet. Like, we're not even a few weeks until winter happens, and it's already hitting the 40s over here. Like, that's crazy, for crying out loud. And like I said, that's why I'm thinking my sentence is it's really more weather related, because, as you know, when weather changes like that happen, your body just does not react that good. They don't really, like, the thing is, whenever weather changes like that happen, if it's warm one day, it's cold the next, it gets extremely cold the other day, weather changes like that, rains, all of it, your body just does not focus like it should be. And so a lot of the times when it's trying to figure out, okay, what's happening here, how to get adjusted, it makes you literally feel like crap, sound like crap sometimes, but also makes you look like it, and it just drags you off the bat. So the fact that today was the day that it happened, I'm kind of glad it was today and not yesterday, because if it was yesterday, I would have lost my mind. I mean, later in the day yesterday would have been fine, but still, yeah, crazy. So that's just what sick days do to you, though. But I mean, honestly, y'all, it's a Sunday, so who can even get blamed up for that? I don't care if it's on a weekend and all that. And I mean, y'all, it's not like I don't have to really be at, like, anywhere, like, not required to be. And so, yeah, so honestly, I really don't care what day I get sick on, but, it happens like that. And so, like I said, I woke up with my throat hurting, I'm losing my voice quite a lot, and then I'm also coughing every now and then, but not, like, frequently. Hang on. But yeah, I'm freezing as heck, though. And even I'm wearing socks, too. That's why I totally forgot to show you guys that. Which, these are, Puma socks. For those of you who don't own any, let me tell you guys, I recommend wearing Pumas. Like, these socks, oh, God. But these brand of socks, though, y'all, I highly recommend Puma, because for some reason, I don't know what it is about, and if y'all are wondering, these are ankle socks, by the way. I definitely recommend, for those of you who do wear ankle socks a lot more than just regular high socks, I totally recommend it, big time, because they literally are like the comfortable socks to wear, especially let's say if you're someone like me who doesn't always like wearing socks, but like I will only wear socks if I feel like I need to, like if I feel like my body can't take the cold no more in here, then those get straight on. But yeah, But other than that, I highly recommend wearing Pumas because for some reason these are the only socks I would keep on if I were to keep socks on for good periods of time. Oh, see? Cough like that. That big deal. But, yeah. So like I said, Pumas are a really good recommendation for me. But they have different colors of like these too. Like they have like black versions with color, gray versions with color too, but not like super bold lookalikes and just But they're really cute though, y'all, to wear. I will tell you guys that. So but yeah. But yeah, these are super cute though. Like they just feel so comfy to wear. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. But that's basically the socks I'm wearing. Lord. And y'all, even another thing too that also does decently well whenever you're sick of any kind is taking a bath. Y'all, if anyone never takes baths when you're sick, I don't know what you're doing. I honestly don't know what you're doing. Because if you're not, baths are at least somewhat. They're somewhat helpful because A, it feels really good. It makes your body feel at least somewhat good. But also it's very relaxing and peaceful to just do. Sorry, coughing too much. But but yeah, there's nothing like getting in a bath when you're sick. I don't know if it's warm or hot, which either does pretty good with me. When you get into the bath, and you sit in there for a little bit, and just let your body get all of that heat in there, it feels amazing, honestly. Like, mentally, it feels amazing because it kind of gives you a little bit of a distraction for a little bit of what you're having to go through yourself. And B, you're actually getting clean. And it's at least gonna help speed up some of it. At least a little bit. So, yeah. Pretty crazy. But yeah, see. Don't mind me coughing. Quite a bit. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Pretty crazy. But anyway, but yeah, you guys, like I said, bass are also a good recommendation. Especially for sick days like this where it's just you feel like crap, you want to have something kick off just a little bit. But anyway, y'all can feel free to ask questions though in the comment section though. And a lot of you guys do be patient with me because even though I'm not sounding the best and not feeling the best, all we can really do about that is be patient with ourselves and not go crazy. Like, we don't have to go insane at ourselves for anything like that. But yeah. So, anyway, y'all, I'll be right back. So give me just a minute. But for anyone who is coming in, just know I'll be in the bathroom really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, hey guys, I am back. Yeah, like I said, I'm sick, but we're gonna mind it for a little bit. But anyway, yeah, so like I said, feel free to ask me questions, you guys. All we're just really gonna do is relax and hang out, you know, because the thing is, if you're sick, all you want to do is chill. But anyway, I'm about to sit back in the bed and actually get under these covers like crazy because I'm cold and I don't feel good. So we're gonna do it. And plus, getting under the covers is also really helpful too, especially if you're cold like that. Anyway, let's see. And y'all, let's keep those likes coming. We're doing really good about that, I see. Yeah, we only have 5 of you guys who hit the like button, so if anyone else hasn't done that, feel free to. I actually need to, you know what, I actually need to mark off the day on the calendar and then change the month, actually, then we'll sit down. So there we go, we're gonna try to get all it done now. That way. Y'all know how that works. The thing is, it's good to get stuff done like that now than waiting until later to do it. And I know that's crazy. Anyway, oh, this sea is massive when it comes out. Like, it's massive. But, y'all, and if anyone is wondering, like, for example, this is the layout of the calendar, by the way, that's on my wall. It's pretty cool. Like, each day of the week is color-coded, like these colors, which is really cool. And y'all look, except for all this info, it actually has guidelines on these things. Y'all, we all need calendars that are like this, especially even if it's for your wall. Like, I would definitely recommend, especially if you're someone like me who, like, you try to write everything straight on your calendar, but you can't because, you know, our standard calendars aren't like super straight. Like, they don't even have guidelines at all on those. I would recommend this definitely again if I wanted to use it again. But yeah, so Hadley, excuse that. But anyway, yeah. But like I said, I totally highly recommend it. Yeah. But that's just what's happening there, though. But I'll probably start writing stuff on it like later, though. But give it a break for a little bit. But I'm at least gonna take that first bit off, just so that way that's one thing done for me. Anyway, so I'm cold. So give me a second to do it all. Sorry, it's cold as heck in here. Oh almost feel like turning this fan off. But, okay. Sorry, you guys, we are now in here. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, we're about chilling right now, though, y'all. So, yeah, right now we've only had 5 of you guys who have hit the like button, but if we do continue to get a couple more of you guys in here in these next couple minutes, definitely continue hitting that like button. And also hit the subscribe button if no one hasn't done that already, if you are new here. You know, feel free to hit the like button down, not like subscribe button. See, that's what your brain does when you're sick, is you can't think things off the bat. Anyway, ignore that first part until I correct to the second part. Anyway, yeah, but if you're new, definitely feel free to like and subscribe down below, so that way, but yeah, see, like I said, we're gonna keep doing that until we get our brain straight. But like I said, feel free to like, for those who haven't, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, so you guys are the first ones that get updates from when I post stuff to stream, like I'm talking with you guys right now on stream, and you get all things content related on here. Like, y'all are the first people that get updates. Nobody outside of the live, unless if they subscribe. But, yeah. So, hang on. Part of your sentence. Oh, thanks so much, Mel. I very appreciate it. I'll tell you, even though I'm sick as crap, honestly, I will do my best. I'll tell you that. And let me say, I don't all the time come on here on sick days, but occasionally I will. Really, that's really more if I feel like doing it with y'all. But, you know, I am someone who likes to be real with y'all and not be all typical content creators who just show one side on camera and not all of it, you know? Because the thing is, we're human. We want to be real with you guys and not be like, just, you know, we don't want to mask what's behind the cameras every day, you know? So that's why there's occasions I'm coming on here when I'm sick, or I'm coming on here, like, let's say I had a rough day or something, you know, sometimes I might come on here in those moments if it's not too crazy enough where I can actually speak decently enough. But, you know, and honestly, you know, that's really one of the things about what I do, is I show all sides, like all of us should be doing, at least a little bit, you know. And it doesn't have to be intense, y'all. It can just be little bits, you know. It doesn't have to be full on. You know. But y'all, that's just one of the things I do love about talking with you guys when I am on here, because, you know, a lot of things happen in our own life these days. Either we get sick or just chaos has happened, you know, like with work or school for some of us who are younger than 18. Anything like that. Or if we're trying to adapt to our lifestyle. Because especially, you know, y'all, as, like, for myself, really, as a young adult, and even I've been adapting to adulthood like that, I've done well with it, of course, when I turned 20. Because, y'all, even though they say 18 is when you're actually an adult by law, but you're not, like, fully an adult until, like, you're 20. you know, um, you know, so, um, yeah, it's just one of those things that you just do. Yeah, see? Just like that. Sorry, I was hearing in the background. Anyway, oh, you know what? I can actually show you guys pics, actually. I told you guys I was going to do that, but I was waiting for people to show up more. But I did post these, by the way, too, but I will show you guys again. I like to still show them anyway. Because, you know, you want to see them a little bit better. But, these are from when he's been here, by the way. Actually, I think there's a side I didn't show you there yet either. So, let me just show you guys by order. So, let me pull it up. Hang on. Okay, first rounds of pictures I'm going to show you guys is from Sunday of last week. So, this was me and AJ at church. I have 3 pictures of this, so I've got 2 more I'll show you from this side. Y'all, he looks so good, though. What have I not showed you? I think I showed, I just showed this one. And then, I think I just showed, let me look, because there's so many of these I got. And that one. Yep, so I showed you all 3. Right there. Yeah. So just to show you it again, for those of you who want to see it a little bit better. And also, if y'all, for those of you wondering, where I got, like, some of my outfits, some of the stuff that's in my outfit, earrings in that photo, my neighbor got me those as a, I think she got me those as, like, a birthday gift, I think. The necklace I wore, I got it from, like, a thrift resale place. I actually have a few others, too, that I got there, too. The dress was from Walmart. The heels, I think, were from Burlington. Were from Burlington. And I actually wore this my senior homecoming and prom. And I kind of been wearing them ever since. And then, honestly, with his fit, I don't know where his stuff is from, but I know mine. But moving on, now I will show you guys pics from Thanksgiving. You know, I'm going to show you guys with the bottom up first. So, I don't want to do this. So, this was us too, Thanksgiving, but I'll show you all of them. This one, that one, then, this one. This was us by our Christmas tree, by the way, y'all. I got more than that. This one. One is I need to look back and see, because one of them was my favorite one of us, but I need to look back at which one it was. This one of us. No, what in the heck was I trying to do? Right here. And then this one. It might have been this photo. I'll have to look, honestly. But yeah, this was us by and then I'll show you guys one pic from the day of that we had to take him home, which was Saturday. And this was when we held hands in the car. Oh, and I actually did have a pic again from when we picked him up too, because we also held hands in the car when this was the first day too, by the way, because we also held hands in the car to and from dropping him off and picking him up as well. So yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys this really cool picture. A couple of, like, two cool pictures of these clouds I saw the other day as well. Okay, I don't know. Some of you can see this, but like, I don't know. Some of you guys can see it in some of those clouds, but a few of those clouds almost look like hearts. Like, some of them especially are hearts in that little bit. So if you look kind of closely, you can see that and then I'm gonna show you this one too. This one was also pretty cool as well. And I think in this one, I thought I saw something in this one too, but yeah. But yeah. But yeah, so those are pics from when he was out here. And I didn't take him like every day. Normally I would be doing that every day, but we were just way too caught up. We were way too busy quite a bit, and so yeah, it just got really crazy. But y'all, that's just how it works when you love somebody like that and all that, and that's all that matters. But yeah, like I said, first rounds of pics were from Sunday. Second ones were from Thanksgiving. And the second before the last one was us holding hands when we were dropping him off. And then the last one was us holding hands on our way home from picking him up that Saturday of last week. But yeah. Almost up here. But yeah, it was pretty cool though. Yeah. So, man, you guys, how the heck is it 10 o'clock over here? That's great. Anywho, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But, see, that's it. Let me just get up real quick so I can turn this lamp on. Because it's already that hour for it to get turned on. Because I told you guys this before, that around 10 o'clock my time, both of these lamps get switched. So this turns off and my other one's on. Just so this one gets a break. There we go. Because then this one gets a break for the night. Because y'all, it's been on from the moment I woke up to about now. And y'all, it's good to make sure you give your lamps a break like that. Because, you know, one is working a lot to stay on, while the other one does what it's supposed to do. So, and y'all, I actually like this lamp I've got here that's on right now, because I can adjust the lighting of it. Like, I can hit it like with my hand without touching a button. For example, I can hit it 1, 2. I can go I can have it on the low setting, I can have it on medium or high. Right now it's on the high setting, like it always is. And I actually like the high setting. But actually, earlier y'all had when it was on for a few minutes, it was on the low setting, I think, when I had that on. But anyway, um, yeah. So, um, yeah. But that's basically all that's been happening over here, though. Um, it's honestly impressive I'm doing all this though, but a lot of times you just gotta push your guy to do it. Anyway, um. Yeah. So, let's see. Y'all, it's 42 degrees over here. That's nuts. Like, y'all, I can show you guys my clock, and I will tell you what I'm meaning by that. Like, on my clock here, and just so you guys know, it is 10:03. That's my time zone, by the way. So, like, y'all see the top temperature right here, right? Where it says 42.4, but 42 degrees. That means it's 42 degrees outside. But basically, where it says remote, that's the outdoor temp, because with this clock, it comes with like a remote that has all this data on it that it connects to. So throughout the day, you get a lot of this info, and it has like pictures of what's happening. Like, it's got a sun here, even though it's like dark out, but it will show you if it's sunny or if it's raining or even snowing, which is on the outside. But also it's got this really cool front picture too. And then up here it has the date up here. So the day it is and the date. So like today's the 30th, which I think is insane, but the last day of the month. And then this is the indoor temperature, so it's 67 in my house right now. And on this side it shows the humidity level, a percent. The humidity is for both sides. So outdoor humidity is 54, and then the indoor humidity is 49, so that's crazy. But yeah, that's this clock. It's pretty cool. Because my parents have like two older clocks that does the exact same job as this. But y'all, this clock though this one's really good for like smaller areas, like smaller environments, like bedrooms, like certain bedrooms that are like, first off, this room is a big room, y'all, but it's not big as like a living room space. Let's put it that way. Like, this is like a medium to large environment. So, and honestly, it does better in a bedroom setting, honestly, because a bedroom's a little bit smaller than a living room or a kitchen space, and you can see it. And you can see a lot of it 100 times better in the bedroom than you can out there. But yeah, it's really cool though, because like I said, it gives you the day and date, the temperature, both indoor and outdoor temps. So if you want to know what temp it is, you can look at the clock if you like. And I mean, you can always look on your phone too, but you know, if you want to look at somewhere quickly, like currently, look there. But anyway, yeah. So, anywho, yeah. So, anyway, you guys, honestly, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off live because I've been on here for at least a good maybe hour, at least almost an hour. But for those of you who came in here, I And I'm giving a big shout out to all of you who came on this live, even though I'm sick as heck. And I did it on here for a little bit. But thank you for a lot of you guys for being patient with me and not just going insane. Because, you know, when you're sick, your mind doesn't have a whole lot of, like, it does not have a lot of, like, concentration a whole bunch, but also the way your body works and sickness, it does not cooperate with you at all, because it's just a lot of things it's doing at once. So of course it makes you feel awful while you're doing what you do. But anyway, yeah, so anyway, yeah, but yeah, that, but yeah, so all I've got planned for the rest of the night is to rest, recover, and hopefully, knock on wood, by tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow at the latest, I can feel 100% and not what today it's been. But anyway, yeah, so once again, a big shout out to everyone who came in here and was patient with me throughout the live and not going crazy because of the sickness. Thank you again. I very, very, very appreciate it. So yeah, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, afternoon, or night, or just the day itself. So I'll see you guys back at it on Tuesday.